name's Iris. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you know you've been watching me. Guys, I haven't uploaded something in a little while. I've been freaking so busy. I got a new apartment. I've been doing so much. I got a new job and anyways, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna title this video, but basically this is the story of how the time somebody who was supposed to be like my best friend or like practically like a sister to me disrespected me on a different level and just really went like to the like for the full 9 yards. Like, y'all tell me in the comments if I'm exaggerating, okay? First, I'm just gonna give y'all a disclaimer. There will be mentions of domestic violence. Domestic violence is not something that I play about or that I find funny or anything like that. I know a lot of people that have been in domestic violence situations, and my heart just like aches a different way for those people. I don't know why, and you're gonna see how later in the story. Also, if you see me like looking to the side, I'm looking at my like little like monitor, like the screen, so I can like see myself and make sure that I'm like focused and everything. But I'm gonna do my makeup while I tell y'all the story as well, so sorry if I like talk slow because I be trying to focus. I'm gonna give you a little backstory. Me and this girl, we were like not cool in high school, or for like a part of high school, because I said something about her because somebody that I knew was like messing with her and like whatever. It was just like one of those things where like girls be messy and word gets around, and I shouldn't have been talking about what I was talking about and saying what I was saying. But like at the end of the day and like the same time, I'm always that person, and I was the same person back then. I'm the same person now. I'm always gonna say what's on my mind and how I feel. I guess word gets around on what I said, and she starts talking about me. I was running for homecoming, and she was telling everybody not to vote for me and not to let me win and all this stuff. And like, this girl was not running. She was not running at all. Fast forward to the end of our senior year. Spoiler, I did not win homecoming, but I did get to the final round, and I got to be on the stage during the football game. So still that girl. And it was like a whole thing. Now that I tell the story back, I don't know why I got cool with this girl. I've always been such a nice person. Like, I give people such like the benefit of the doubt, or I used to. Like, not no more, baby. I run a strict program over here. But before this situation, I was very like, you know, like open and like forgiving and maybe naive, and saw her at a party, and I had a friend with me that had the same name as her, and I called for my friend, but like we were next to the girl's friend group because she was like, she like looked at me some type of way when I said my friend's name because she thought I was talking to her. From then I was like, oh no girl, I wasn't talking to you. And I think I like said I apologized or something. I can't remember what it was, but I just know that like we ended up having a conversation, and like we were cool after that. We get really close after this. Like after we got cool, we got really close because we realized we had a lot in common. Okay, so fast forward like a year prior to this story occurring. So we're friends, everything's going fine. Like I think it's like summertime, and she starts dating this dude, and like at first I didn't really like know why she was dating him because he was not a good like dude. We went to school with him, and I knew a lot about him, and I just didn't, I as a friend I was like, I don't know why you're messing with him, like, but whatever, like you're gonna do what you want to do. So everything, you know, is going on, and then like eventually she moves in with him, and it was pretty soon, but like I understand why she did it. So like no judgment there at all, but like I feel like if she didn't, it could have saved her from the situation she got in, you know? Like I guess he started like disrespecting her in a lot of ways and putting his hands on her. So I find out about this like way after it's been going on. And of course she didn't tell me right away because people don't want to tell somebody like that's going on. She didn't tell me for a while, then she tells me, and like she knew once she told me there was no going back. Like I told her no, like you need to leave him, and she's like, I can't leave him, like I live with him. And I'm just like, girl, like leave him and like you can come live with me. I was that type of friend. Like I cared so much that I was like, I will literally share my room with you just for you to be able to like get away from him, because I know how those situations end, and like I just don't want you to be in that situation. Like I don't want that for you. Like I know you have so much potential for that to not be your situation, right? I let her live with me, and then like at first the whole agreement was like she didn't have to pay any rent or anything until she kind of like got back on her feet. and she was gonna start a new job. I helped her get that job, which, you know, returning a favor because she helped me get a job that I had before that one. So, you know, we were good friends. Everything's going good. I told her, like, you know, you can come live with me. We can start going to the gym together. We can go to church together. We can do stuff together. We can go out together, girl. Like, I'm a all-inclusive friend. We can do everything. So I told her all of this. I told her I wanted her to focus on herself. I never said the words, I don't want you to be involved with a man. I don't want you to explore your options. I don't want you to go on dates. I never said any of that. But I did emphasize, I want you to focus on yourself, get back on your feet and fix yourself and be happy with yourself and like build back that self-esteem that last relationship broke you down out of, right? Please, somebody in the comments, tell me if I'm overstepping by like all the things that I feel and that I say. We're living with each other. Everything's going fine. We're working with each other. Sometimes we're riding to work with each other. Let's call this girl, because I don't think I gave her a name, but let's call her A. And then like one night, I think we're gonna go to this one club, and then like she was gonna start talking to this one dude or whatever. I can't remember. And I thought she was just gonna like, you know, like text him so she wouldn't be bored. I don't know what I thought, you know, like maybe I'm wrong, but I just thought she was gonna just like kind of use him to like as entertainment, but like not in a bad way or like take advantage of him. Just kind of like let yourself be catered to, let yourself be courted, let yourself be taken on dates, let yourself get flowers, let yourself be treated like a lady, like without having to give yourself up at all, you know? And so that's, I don't know, maybe if I'm being judgmental or I don't know, over dramatic, but that's just what I was like, you know, I was wanting better for my friend. She starts talking to this dude, and I realized that it's getting like low-key serious. Like it's getting to the point where like they're calling each other names, and like I think they were saying I love you, and like I can't remember, but like I just remember it was getting really serious, and I was like kind of getting concerned because I was like, I've kind of noticed this pattern in her. Like she gets wrapped up with guys like one after another, and like that's her way of coping, which I don't blame her. Because at one point, I used to be like that. Like, I would just talk to guys just because, like, I could, you know? We ended up going out with this dude that she was talking to. Because I thought, like, oh, like, this will be fun. Like, we're going to go out and he's going to be there, whatever. Like, this is going to be fun. I don't know. She said he was going to have, like, his friend with him, whatever. I don't know. So, I was bringing my friend Chris, so I wasn't really thinking about his friend, like, at all. I was just like, whatever. Like, he's just going to bring, like, this dude. Like, maybe he's just bringing him so he won't be nervous. I don't know, like maybe he needs his homeboy as a emotional support. We go out with these dudes and my friend, and like everything's fine. We have a good night. I'm not gonna lie, like that was a fun night. And then I think like the friend wanted to start like flirting with me and talking to me, and so like I low-key was like, whatever, like this could be fun, like a little like two-man like session, like we can go on a couple double dates and then like stop talking to these dudes. Like I don't know. Honestly, I don't think dudes in that area that I was living in or dudes nowadays be wanting anything serious anyway, so I didn't care. And I say that while I'm in a happy relationship now. Fast forward a little bit, I just stopped talking to the friend because like I was just like, nah, like he's just like not my type, one, and he was low-key disrespectful because like I think we had a disagreement about something, and like he hung up in my face on the phone, and like from there that was my final straw. I was like, no, like you're too sassy for me. There's no way. I started to realize that she was kind of getting into a toxic like back and forth with the dude that was the friend of the guy that I was like low-key talking to. Let's call that dude Jay.
I'm editing right now, and I just want to give like a little disclaimer. In no way, shape, or form did I really care what she was doing, but I cared how she treated herself, especially in the mental state she was in, because mind you, she wasn't even single for a month before she started talking to someone else. And like I said, being her friend since senior year, this is a pattern that I've seen her do with guys like over and over and over. And then I let her live with me, so it just got to a point where I had to put my foot down and kind of like respect my own values and my own opinions. And, you know, like all I could do was tell her one thing and hope that she would listen. If she wasn't, like over and over and over, it just was not going to work. Like it's never going to work with somebody that you guys don't think the same way, you know. I just wanted to say I don't judge anybody that like be talking to people, be in talking stages and all that at all. Just take care of yourself. Give yourself the right time to heal. Give yourself the right time to get over the last person, so you're not dragging on baggage to the next person. So you're not using the next person to get over the last person, okay? I just had to say that real quick because I don't want y'all to think that I'm like just really judging this girl. There was so much more to the story.
Her and Jay are like low-key in a toxic relationship already, and they've only been talking for like a couple weeks. Like how do you already end up in a toxic like situation? I started telling her like, you know, you should just focus on yourself, whatever, and she's just like, I thought she was gonna listen, but then she didn't, so I was like, okay, whatever. And then it just got to a point where it's like low-key bothering me. Like, I would always hear her on FaceTime with him, and like it was just bothering me because I'm just like, girl, like, why are you still wasting your time with this man? Like, it just kind of like pissed me off. I guess she could tell, and it made tension because she could obviously tell like I didn't like the fact that she would talk to him, so she would stop talking about him to me. And I think they stopped talking one time. They stopped talking a couple times. I guess it created a little tension because she could tell like I didn't like the fact that she was talking to him, and she was always talking to him, and she was always going out with him and stuff. And it was literally turning into a relationship, and I kind of try to tell her like, you know, I can tell that it's turning into a relationship, and like that's so unhealthy for you, you know? And I'm telling her that as a friend, not in a judgmental way. And she took it as like, I guess that way. She thought I was trying to be her mom, all this stuff. That started breaking down our friendship already at that. So I guess we got into it one time because she was trying to invite him, that dude, and I didn't really like him anymore, and he could tell. She was trying to invite him when we were going out, and I just wanted it to be us because originally I think I had invited these two people that I knew, and then she acted like she was fine with it, and then last minute she said she wasn't fine with it, and then I was like, okay, it could just be us. And then like after that, the dude was gonna come see her at my house, and then when she went outside all dressed up and with her makeup done, he somehow convinced her to like let him come with us. And I think he did that because he didn't want her at the club looking like as good as she did. That's just my take on it. If I'm wrong, I could be wrong. So she comes back in my house and she's telling me that he's gonna come with us, or like he's gonna get me a bottle, and if he gets me a bottle, then will I be okay with him coming with us? And I'm just like, no, like I don't know, like I just want it to be us, you know, like I'd rather not be us and him. And like I'm not trying to be with any guys either. Like I just rather it just be us, you know? And I'm not gonna be like third wheeling the whole night when it's supposed to be a girl night. We get into it, she threatens to leave or whatever, and I'm like, girl, like why are you trying to leave over this, and where are you gonna go, you know? So we end up kind of like simmering it down, I guess, the argument, and then like she starts walking out, and then like my friend calls me in the middle of everything, and we're gonna call her E because she does come up in the story later on. I think I mentioned like what was going on to E kind of because like I think she was asking me about going somewhere or something, I don't know, or like what was going on, I don't know, but I really can't remember that. Please don't quote me on that. I just know that the conversation went something like me telling her kind of what happened, and then she says something about her being ugly, like her attitude is being ugly, and then A hears from the stairs, and she comes back in and she's like something about she's talking about me, and basically she was being all like upset about the fact that I told my other friend what was kind of going on between us, which I understand not talking about your friends and stuff, but like I literally just said like I was gonna go to this club, and like now I'm like low-key not, or I don't know what I'm gonna do because this, you know, this happened, you know. It's my fault for having the phone on speakerphone so that she was able to hear it from the stairs too. But at the same time, it's like, girl, why are you mad that somebody's literally calling you out on the way you're being? Like, she was dead ass being ugly. And it just kind of like pissed me off that like that's how that whole thing went down. There's so much to it, but like my mind has like flushed a lot of it out because I was so sad about the fact that this girl like that I was so close with did all this stuff. But like I had my wrongdoings as well, and like yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a lesson, and sometimes people are not supposed to be in your life forever, so I can't really be so upset at the end of the day. And I'm over it now because like somebody that would really truly want like the best for me and have the most respect for me would not do stuff that they like she did. She told me that she felt like I treated her differently than my other friends, and that like my other friends like would make bad decisions and I wouldn't say anything about it, and how all my friends have bad issues with guys and all this stuff. I was telling her like those people do not live with me, one, and two, I tell everybody the same thing that I tell you. The same way I tell you that I don't think you should be talking to that guy, I think you should focus on yourself, I tell all my friends the same thing because I care about my friends and I love my friends down. I truly do like look at people as like brothers and sisters sometimes, because like I don't know if it's because I'm a Christian and like that's what the Bible says, but I just really like I really do like have the feeling of sisterhood when it comes to some of my friends. She was one of them, and so was the other girl, E. And so fast forward a little bit to like the actual situation and how she did me wrong. Okay, this is all just backstory. I'm sorry to bore y'all with all the backstory. One night, I'm not gonna lie, I went through her phone and because I really felt compelled to, and I'm not even trying to pull the like religious card or nothing, but I really felt like God was telling me to go through that phone, because last time I felt like that about a dude, I went through the phone and I found like hella stuff. I'm not saying go through that phone, but like go through that phone. Sometimes you gotta go through that phone. Like I dead ass really had like a feeling to go through her phone and see what she was saying about me to the guy she was talking to, because I knew that she would talk about me. Like I felt it deep down in my bones that she would talk about me. So I'm not even gonna lie, the first time that I went through her phone, because I went through it a couple times, was the first time that I went through it and realized she was talking about me and everything. And the other time when I was like to confirm if she had still been talking about me. This first time I went through it and I saw like I was going through messages of her and like the guy, and I not just like straight through her messages, but I looked at my name and I saw like all the conversations and all the text messages and conversations that they've had my name in, which is like, baby, like why am I the main topic? I really was baffled. I was like, there's no way. So I literally saw all those messages, and like I'll put some on the screen so y'all can see like whatever is like whatever I'm like okay with putting on the screen. But like she was just talking mad shit for no reason, and like she just is the type of person to just talk about people when she had no place to talk about anybody, you know. And I'm not even saying that I have the place, but it's just like, girl, like humble yourself and pipe down. Like you do not have the place to be saying anything about anybody's situation, you know. So after that, I was like literally like shaking, and the first thing I wanted to do is like tell my mom, but I knew like if I told my mom was gonna be like, no, like kick her out, like there's no way. So I held it in, and like I literally left the room, because I went through the phone like right in the same room as her. And so I literally went to like my mom's restroom, and I was like in there shaking, like not out of like fear, but like out of like shock, you know, like straight shock. After that, I just took like hella pictures of everything I saw, so like if she noticed that I went through anything, like there was no like room to delete anything and pretend or like, you know, nothing. I had like straight proof, and I honestly I knew I was gonna eventually make a story time, so I needed proof or something. So I literally didn't know how to confront the situation. Like I was like so like in shock, because like the things I saw her saying about me, and saying, she said that she wanted to punch me, that she said something about I'm sitting in the room right with her right now, she's sitting at her vanity, I could just punch her, like something along those lines, like really close to that. Like girl, you never in your life would you have like compelled yourself to do that. What? Like I felt like the person that I thought I knew was not even the person that I knew, you know? So I didn't even tell any of my friends about it for a little while, because like it was embarrassing, and like I used to like talk so good about her, and then like that happened, so it just kind of was like a slap in the face. I think I confronted her about talking about me, and I told her that I like saw messages, because she left, like she fell asleep with the FaceTime on, and like there's some messages open, and like I saw a message saying, Iris just got here, something, something, something. I don't know, just like complaining that I got to my own house. Like, girl, I live here. You're a guest. Why are you mad that I arrived? I just like, you know, I just kind of brought it up. I can't remember exactly how I brought it up, but I brought it up, and um she started crying and like telling me that she just felt some type of way, and like how I was judging her and stuff. It made me cry, and I low-key ate that shit up, and I was like, okay, like, you know, like I love you, and I just want us to like be good again. So, and like I just told her, you know, like I don't want to not be cool. And so we were fine, and I trusted that she wasn't gonna keep talking about me. And then some time went by, and I didn't want to just kick her out and leave her with no place to live, but I was really mad that she thought she was getting one over on me. So I had one day I thought like, you know, I feel like she's still talking about me, but let me just like go through that phone and see if she is. I go through her phone on purpose this time. I think I came home from like a date. I went to the movies for a date, and I get a call while I'm out from my sister's that she threw up all over my bed because she was drunk, and like all this stuff. And I was just so irritated, but then I was like, you know what, like it's okay, like at least she's letting loose, she's enjoying herself. And like I knew that she didn't go out, she was with my neighbors at like a little neighbor family party. So like I was like, you know, I'm not even mad, like I'm just gonna come and like clean everything up. So I cleaned everything up, and like, you know, got her clothes and everything, And then like I just saw her phone laying there and it was so tempting. I was like, bro, like I feel like there's something for me to see, right? I pick up her phone and it's locked. So I'm like, damn, like I don't know the password and like she's knocked out. I can't even do the Face ID thing. Yes, I went through that phone. I guessed the password. Password was her birthday. I'm sorry, but you asked for that. Like you asked for that. I'm not gonna lie. And I went and I looked up my name again, and then I tried to see like I couldn't really tell. I didn't really look at Instagram. Like I didn't go through her Instagram. I just went to her text messages, but she was knocked out literally like right there, like a couple feet away from me while I was going through it. Then I saw her texting my coworkers about like coworkers that I work with at the job that I helped her get, talking about me and saying that I was arguing with her and that we keep raising the rent when the rent was the same the whole time, and like she didn't even pay the last month that she lived there. So I waited a couple days because I really didn't know how to handle this, like after seeing that she was talking about me again. But then I was like, I just need to tell my mom. Like, I tell my mom everything. I tell my mom when I'm like sad. I tell my mom when something happens. I tell my mom like when I do something bad. I tell her, you know. So I told her, and then she was just like mad. And at the time, the girl wasn't there. A wasn't there. She was like out eating breakfast or something with the dude she was talking to, or at church. I can't remember. It was a Sunday though. I remember it was a Sunday. So I told her, and she was just like, yeah, no, she's gotta go. Like that's just disrespectful. Like we provide a place for her to live. She has a nerve to talk about you, talk about us, and then like lie and make things sound like it's things that it's not. She's still out doing whatever she was doing, and then I believe the dude that I was talking to, or the dude I was talking to, my boyfriend, my boyfriend now. I was only talking to him at this point. He was coming over to build me my bed that I just got. He picked it up for me and then he was gonna build it for me. And so I told her this. I told her like, oh, Edgar might come over because he got me my bed and like he's gonna help me build it. Just give me a heads up. I told her that like in a way as like I don't know if you want to be here. Like I don't know what you want to do. Like I don't know. There's gonna be nowhere to sit in the room because we're literally like reconstructing my room. I didn't tell her she had to leave. Like she could have very much hung out with my sisters or my mom, so I was just telling her, giving her heads up. Well, she goes and she tells somebody, and I know this because I went through her phone. She tells somebody that I said that she needs to find somewhere to go because my boyfriend is coming over. Blah blah blah. Just making it sound like I was just being extra like weird, and I wasn't. And that happened. I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I suck at like I feel like I suck at telling stories now, but like that happened before I told my mom. So I already knew that she was talking about how she was upset that my boyfriend was coming over. So I was already feeling about like kicking her out. So my mom told me to pack all her stuff and I packed it all up. Like I wasn't gonna be petty and keep anything. My sisters were the ones that helped me like really pack it up because I was like, help me make sure that I get everything because I don't want her to be able to say that we kept anything. My sisters didn't realize that there was some of her stuff at the bottom of like, because there's a bottom row, a bottom bar in my closet, my old one, and some of her stuff was down there and it was like crop tops and stuff, and I guess my sisters didn't know if it was mine or hers and they just thought it was mine and they just left it. They just took stuff that they like seen her wear and stuff. I literally like started like preparing my room for my boyfriend to come build a bed, and she is like on the way back, I guess, from church or doing whatever she was doing, and I hear her come in while my sisters are packing up her stuff and I'm setting up the bed, and she's like, hey guys, and she's like being all positive and she's like all upbeat, and I'm like, oh, little does she know we're like literally packing her shit right now. I low-key felt bad and I felt like I was being dishonest. Like my gut felt like I felt guilty, you know, but then I was like, you know what, this girl has been like talking about me, being very weird, talking about she wants to hit me, like literally cause harm to me, telling the guy that she was talking to pop my tires. Hello. She's trying to get into my iPad while I'm in the shower and just shit, weird shit. Like she was being very weird. There's a lot of stuff that I like low-key forgot and left out because my mind, like I said, just flushed everything out. Like that was a traumatic experience. Like thinking that you know something and you know how they like feel about you and their intentions and you don't. Like it's such a shocking like experience, you know. All I was doing was trying to care for this girl. Like, I understand if I caused uncomfortable tension, but that's when, like, we try to talk things out and come to a common ground. I guess we just never were gonna come to a common ground because we didn't have the same values, but, like, I don't know. She comes up the stairs and we throw, like, everything in the closet so she doesn't see it. And I put my bed against the closet door, so if she comes in and tries to go in the closet, she can't go in the closet because, like, we shared my closet, so she had every reason to go in there. And so I, like, you know, covered the closet so it wouldn't be easy to access. And I was so nervous that she was gonna see. I don't know why, like, my heart was in my ass. I was like, I don't want to have to deal with this right now. Like, right before I'm about to see this dude I really like, I just want her to leave. Like, I want her to leave so that I can enjoy my time and then kick her out. You know, that's what I was thinking. She asked me, is he coming over? And I told her, I don't know. I told him, but we may have to do a different day because I could tell it bothered you. And that kind of caught her off guard because she didn't tell me that it bothered her. I just knew because I went through her phone that she was talking about how she didn't like the fact that I was bringing up the fact that, you know, he was coming over. And I don't know if she took that as she had to leave, but that's not how I was saying it at all. And if we would have ever got to talk and clear this up, this never would have happened. She was getting some of her stuff to go somewhere. I don't know where she was going, but she was gonna go somewhere, I guess, because she thought that he was gonna stay over for a while. So when I like bring it up to her, she acts oblivious, and she didn't know that I went through her phone, and that's how I knew she was talking about that she was bothered, blah, blah, blah. So she looks at me, she gets all red, and she's like acting oblivious, like she doesn't know what I'm talking about. But little does she know, I literally saw what the hell she said. Like, so she was playing dumb in my face. So she gets all red, she literally gets sweaty above her lip, and she walks out of my room. And that was that. So she left. I don't know where she went, but I carry on the night with the dude, with my boyfriend. We ended up getting food, and I thought she was gonna come back eventually, and I was gonna have to like make him leave. But she didn't end up coming back till late, I guess, like around like 11 or 10, because me and him had knocked out on my bed that we had just built. Like, we passed out, we were asleep. So I guess she tries to come while I'm asleep, and my mom told her, like, they had already taken all her stuff to my trunk outside, so she had no reason to come inside our house. And my mom just told her, like, you can have your stuff, like, you're no longer welcome here, you're very disrespectful to my daughter. She tried to body shame me. She tried to, like, talk about my weight and stuff, I guess. And that girl weighs more than me. No shade, Goma, no shade. She was just talking really bad about me for no reason. I don't know what her problem was. There was a point in the messages where I saw my name, and she had taken a picture of me standing in my closet doorway with a bunch of clothes around me on the floor because I was literally doing laundry. It was literally laundry day, but you didn't mention that when you try to make it seem like I was a messy hoe. My mom kicks her out, and like, she wasn't rude to her or anything, but I wake up in the morning thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, she never came back. I wonder where she went. She probably just stayed somewhere else. I haven't gotten a chance to kick her out, but I'm gonna kick her out today. Like, this is my mindset. I wake up and I text her and ask her where she went or whatever to check on her. Then I go talk to my mom, and my mom tells her that she came and that she kicked her out. And I was like, that's why she hasn't texted me back, because she got kicked out when I was asleep. So I had already written a paragraph in my notes, like a big fat paragraph of everything I was gonna say to her when I confronted her. So I wanted to be the one to like kick her out because I wanted to say all this stuff to her, and I didn't want her to get a chance to be a coward and not listen to what I had to say. So I saved everything so I could say it, and my mom was the one to like do everything. And I was like, so I literally like go hanging out with my friend E, and I'm telling her like what happened, and like, I think that was the first time that I told her everything about the girl talking about me, because I was just so embarrassed that I didn't tell anybody until like I was gonna kick her out for real, because I didn't want to not actually have it in me to kick her out and then tell somebody about it, and then they're like, oh, you're a dumbass for keeping her around, you know? I finally told my friends and stuff, and like, everybody's on my side, right? Everybody agrees like that this is some weird shit. Like, you don't do that to somebody that literally gave you a place to live. Like, if you really feel some type of way, you're supposed to talk about it, and like, if you don't feel like it's working, then you need to take your ass somewhere else, you know? I'm hanging out with my friend, and then like, I also wanted the guy that she was talking about me to know that like half the shit that she said was not true, and like, she was literally talking to other guys while she was talking to him. No T, I literally saw the messages. Like, I texted him a like paragraph telling him all this shit, and then like, she had not texted me back until she found out that I texted that guy. So she's like, I don't know why you're sending him pictures of my phone, da 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 da, but blah blah blah. Like, just like that's really what made her text me. Not to apologize, not to take any accountability, but for her, but because I told the guy that she was talking to other dudes. So, you know how I said my sisters were the ones to like really pack her stuff or the pack her stuff up, and then they forgot some of her going out clothes. Well, this is where that part is important. So she's ignoring me, but she has a nerve to text my mom that we kept some of her stuff and that she just wants her stuff before she has to make it a legal issue. Whatever she said, I can't remember. But she was like low-key threatening. And so my mom tells me, why did you keep her stuff? I told you to give her everything. And I was like, no, we gave her everything. And she's like, y'all, she's saying y'all kept some of her like going out clothes and heels and stuff. And I was like, well, no, I didn't. And I asked my sisters, did y'all pack her stuff? Because we don't wear the same shoe size, baby. I don't got no reason to steal y'all shoes. I'm like, what happened? So I go in my closet and I look, and at the bottom under like the clothes that were on that bar, there's like her clothes and like heels and stuff. And I was like, oh shit. So then I text her about it and she ignores me. And then she has her mom text me. So I was like, now this part is all alleged. This is not me admitting to anything, but if for legal reasons, but like, so since she didn't text me back, I literally like put all her stuff in a bag and I gave it to my friend E, because like they were like the same size or something, or I don't know. And E was like, girl, give me those shoes she got, blah blah blah. I'm gonna sell them on eBay. I don't know, can't remember exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines. So I give her the clothes, being petty. My bad. I take accountability. That was petty. Do I regret it? No. Would I do it again? No. Eventually, she does answer me to come get her stuff, and she tries to act all business, casual, and professional. And instead of like staying in the car for me to walk up and just hand it to her, she gets out of the car. She parks her car and gets out. I was like, this is my chance. I'm gonna say what the hell I need to say to her. So I literally was recording. I'll insert some of it so y'all can hear what I was saying to her. But she literally didn't say a word back. She's literally being a coward. No accountability whatsoever.
Like I said, I don't know what you have it in your head for you to think that it's okay to do people that care about you the way you do. But that lying shit, that manipulative stuff, the whole making yourself a victim, it's not going to get you that very far in life.
I wasn't making myself. I didn't even talk to anybody.
Yes, you were, because you were talking to Victoria about my business. You were talking to Jalen. You're talking to Jesus about my business, what goes on in my house. When if I would have done that to you the other way around, you probably would have beat my ass before I could get out this house. Right. That shit's not okay, and it was never going to be okay with anybody. So for you to do me the way you have, after we've been through everything we've been together, and I literally begged you to leave the nigga that was beating your ass, that's not okay. And you have it all the way fucked up in your mind. If you think you're going to be able to stay with people and do the things you do, and do the things you do behind their back. Like, that shit is not okay. And I don't...
Fast forward a little bit, we stopped completely, like no contact, not following each other on anything. And I thought I was like done with this girl, right? Everything's chill. I'm still hanging out with E. Tell me why. E tells me that she was at this one club and A was trying to get at her cousin. A was trying to get at E's cousin. And she was telling me that she heard A saying, are y'all friends with that girl Iris? That stink. Like, I don't even want to say the words, but like she was just saying like all this stuff about me that's not even true. Like, girl, do you see that? Well, you can't see my perfume collection or my Bath and Body Works collection, but girl, I do not stink. I don't. So where did that come from? She was just talking all like mad shit. Like, I don't know where it was coming from. I don't know if she was just drunk and that's why she was saying it. I don't know. Or so E said. To this day, I kind of wonder if it was even true that she was talking about me or if E was just trying to stir the pot. But I noticed that E starts hanging out with A because she posted like something that she was hanging out with her, or she posted like at a bar that like both of them go to a lot, and I just knew, like deep in my bones, I just knew they were together. Like, tell me why one of my friends told me and sent me like a screenshot of one of the posts and was like, girl, da da da. And I was like, it was just so embarrassing because it was like I still thought me and E were cool. I still thought we were friends, and I literally invited her to my birthday trip, so I thought we were cool. I thought everything was fine. And then I just saw her posted up with my op. I was like I just felt so backstabbed because she's literally the one that told me that this girl was talking about me and saying she needed to fight me. And E literally told me that if I was on that, she was on that. So she was telling me she was gonna fight this girl with me, right? Fast forward a little bit, after E tells me that she's been talking about me and stuff. So I go to this one bar with my boyfriend and we're chilling, everything's fine, and then I see E show up or whatever, and she's with her cousins. And then like I saw them with this other guy and his girlfriend, and like the other guy, I low-key used to talk to him, so I didn't feel comfortable going over there with my boyfriend. So I stayed on the other side of the bar, and then that was it. I didn't see anybody else with them. Well, after that, we go to the after hours. Me and my boyfriend go, and we get invited to this section from my one friend, and I guess she said it was her cousin's section or something like that. And I was like, okay, girl, like we're cool, and like we have been cool, but I don't think we ever like hung out. So I was like, yeah, let's go. So I told my boyfriend, let's go to the section. We pull up to the after hours. We went to the section, and I'm walking up, and as I'm walking up, I realized that I see A standing or sitting. Yeah, she was sitting. I see A sitting on the section that I'm literally supposed to be in, that I'm literally walking up, right? And so I'm like, oh no, right? No, this is not gonna happen. Like, I'm not gonna act cordial in this like section. And maybe this was my mistake. Like, maybe this is like me being a little bit childish or just acting on impulse, but like I was not finna just go hang out in the section with this girl after she'd apparently been talking about me. I know she'd been talking about me, like regardless of if she said what she said, what E had said she said at the club or not, she was talking about me either way. So I see her, right, and my boyfriend's behind me, and I was just like, oh no, like I just kind of went off of impulse. So I see my friend, and I go up to her and I give her a hug, and I looked at her and I said, not gonna lie, girl, I'm about to have to beat that girl up. I look at my friend and I give her a hug and I said, I'm sorry, girl. And I get up and I go behind this girl, behind A, and I just, boom, I just yank her off the section. Like, I don't know, it was just like an adrenaline thing. Like, I had so much adrenaline. I just pull her off the section. She hits the ground and I just start, poof, poof, poof. We just start, you know, tussling. And she didn't really hit me. All she did was like grab my hair and just hold on to it. But I really got some, I'm not gonna lie. So then I just feel like I just hear my boyfriend yelling, and then he's like trying to break up the fight. And then security comes and grabs us and stuff and like takes us out. And I get like taken out of the building, and I look down at my hands, and all my hands are bloody, all my nails are broken. I was like, oh my gosh, like I went in there with 10 nails and I walked out with like one, I think, or none. Yeah, I walked out with none. And my boyfriend came out after, and he was just like, come on, like we're leaving. We leave and we get in the car, and as soon as we get in the car, my phone starts blowing up. Like, these girls start blowing my phone up. They had nothing else to do at 3 o'clock in the morning other than bang my line. And then they start calling my mom's phone, telling her that they're gonna fight me and that they're the ones that just beat me up, but nobody beat me up, so I don't know who was calling my mama. Yeah, it was just like going on for like an hour after everything happened. So like the club closed at 5 a.m. That all happened at like 2 a.m., barely almost 3. We got home at like 3, and then all that didn't stop until like 4 a.m. Like, they didn't let up until 4 a.m. She had these random people spamming my mom's phone, spamming my grandma's phone. I was like, girl, you had me messed up, but it just felt like she was just trying to like rage bait me. So I didn't text her. I didn't do anything to make myself look bad, because I was like, I'm not about to put anything in writing or like text this girl threatening her so she can go and like call the cops or something. Like, no. So I just didn't text her. I was like, girl, it's over. Like, you said you needed to fight me. You've been talking about me. I whipped you, and that's all there is to it. Like, you got a well-deserved ass whooping, and that's all there is to it. There's, you know, period, point blank. You know, she had every chance that she could to text me and be like, oh, like, I want my fair ones, or I want to have a conversation. But she never did, so I left it as that. And like, the new year came, and I was like, you know, I'm not beefing with nobody. I'm not laying my hands on nobody anymore unless I really, really have to, because I'm just getting too old, and we're just too old to be doing that petty shit. Like, you shouldn't be doing anything that will get you whooped at this big age, okay? That happened, and then I just wasn't cool with E anymore. So basically, E starts going out with her and stuff, and I realized this, and I was like, oh no, this is weird. And then she tells me that apparently A told her that I would talk about her because E was in like a domestic violence situation as well. And I think maybe I brought it up to A couple of times, like me being concerned and me not knowing what to do, because E would literally call me crying, and called me one time like, and really scared me to the point where I thought I might have to call the cops, you know. So you know, I was never talking bad about her. I was just talking like as a concerned friend, like anybody would. You know, like you should never let anybody disrespect you. Anybody that really cares about you would never lay their hands on you. You know, just because there's good days and there are bad days where they're putting their hands on you and one day they're not, like that doesn't mean that like they're any good for you. There shouldn't be a single day where they're putting their hands on you, period, point blank. You don't put your hands on anybody unless you're defending yourself, period, point blank. All of this happened because I was mad my friends were getting beat and they were mad that I cared, basically. Like, and at the end of the day, I didn't talk about the situation to anybody other than like, you know, everybody already knew, like, we're not done. I'm sorry if this wasn't a good story time. I feel like I could have told the story way better and with more like enthusiasm, but I just really didn't feel like getting all into it. And I don't really have any more energy to really care for this situation. That's why I just wanted to go ahead and do the story time and get it out the way and get it off my chest, because I don't want to keep thinking about it. And I don't think about it until I think about filming the story time for it. I'm just ready to upload this and continue on with my life, you know what I'm saying? And hope that somebody learns from it. Don't be naive. Don't get so emotionally invested in friendships, because some people don't. Moral of the story, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Go through that phone. Don't be weird. Try to talk things out with your friends instead of being weird and like posting slugs. And like if you feel like you gotta post something online for somebody to see it, you need to start thinking about why you can't just tell them how you feel. Because I've had a points where like I felt some type of way about my friends' relationships, so I would just post something about it in hopes that they would just like take it into, I don't know what I don't know what I was thinking, you know. That is all for today's video, y'all. I'm just gonna finish doing my makeup and then like show y'all the end results. I'll be right back.